Jason had always been skeptical of ghost stories. Growing up, he had dismissed every urban legend as just that, a legend. But when he moved into the old apartment complex on 13th Street, his skepticism was put to the test. The building had a reputation. Tenants spoke in hushed voices about the Vanishing Room, a place that supposedly appeared and disappeared at random. Some claimed it was cursed. Others swore they had entered it, only to find themselves trapped in a different time, a different reality. Jason, being the logical man he was, laughed it off, until the night he saw the door. The mysterious door, it was on the 3rd floor, at the end of a dimly lit hallway. The door was unlike the others, old, wooden, with intricate carvings that looked disturbingly organic, as if they pulsed under the light. It hadn't been there before. Jason frowned. He had walked this hallway multiple times. There was no way he could have missed a door like this. He reached out, pressing a hand against the wood. Cold, ice cold. A shiver ran down his spine. Something about it felt wrong, but curiosity got the best of him. He turned the handle. The room that shouldn't exist. The door creaked open to reveal a dark room, faintly illuminated by an eerie blue light. The air inside was thick, heavy, as if it hadn't been disturbed for centuries. Jason stepped in hesitantly, his breath forming small clouds in the freezing atmosphere. The room was furnished like an old study. Bookshelves lined the walls, filled with ancient tomes covered in dust. A massive wooden desk sat in the center, its surface cluttered with yellowed papers and ink bottles. A large painting of a faceless man hung above the fireplace. Jason's stomach churned. Something about this room felt disconnected from reality. Then he noticed the clock. It stood in the corner, a tall grandfather clock with golden hands. But instead of numbers, the face was covered in symbols, unfamiliar, shifting as he looked at them. The pendulum swung erratically, ticking in a rhythm that didn't match time as he knew it. Then the whispers began. The whispers. At first they were soft, like distant echoes, but they grew louder, overlapping, crashing into each other in a chorus of desperate voices. "Help us! Don't turn around! He is watching." Jason's heart pounded. The room felt smaller, the walls pressing in. He turned to leave, but the door was gone. The bookshelf now stood where the exit had been. He spun around, panic gripping him. The whispers had stopped. Silence filled the room, deafening in its weight. Then the clock let out a single chime. The painting above the fireplace changed. The faceless man now had eyes, and they were looking at him. The vanishing reality. Jason stumbled backward, knocking over a chair. His breathing was ragged, his hands trembling. This wasn't possible. None of this was possible. The whispers returned, but this time they came from behind him. Slow, breathing. A presence loomed in the shadows, just beyond the edge of his vision. He refused to turn around. The air grew colder, the temperature dropping so fast that frost began to form on the bookshelves. The clock's erratic ticking slowed. Tick, tick, tick. Then, silence. Jason closed his eyes, gripping the edge of the desk, willing himself to wake up from whatever nightmare this was. A hand touched his shoulder. He spun around, but there was nothing. Just empty space where the presence had been. Then the floor began to change. It was no longer solid wood, but shifting, swirling like liquid darkness. It pulled at his feet, dragging him down. He struggled, clawing at the desk, the bookshelves, anything. But the room was swallowing him whole. His screams were lost in the abyss. The aftermath. The next morning, the apartment building remained unchanged, but Jason was gone. His apartment was untouched, his belongings still in place, but his bed remained empty, his phone buzzing with missed calls from worried friends. And the door, the mysterious door to room 306, was gone. In its place, just an ordinary wall. Tenants whispered about the vanishing room once more, and on certain nights, if you walk past that hallway, you might hear a faint whisper coming from the walls. "Help me.